Last video for this evening, Cryptomaniac, and the last two topics are security and exchanges and price analysis, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. Now, Bitcoin, I was reading this article. I don't make personally price prediction. I just made that one in the last video saying that, in my opinion, price will pump up till November 16th. The fork hits and then it will crush down. People will sell out for altcoins that are cheap and rock bottoming right now and before the fork. Now, what Cointelegraph states is that on the one hand, Bitcoin rally has been accomplished. On the other hand, basically the leading altcoin keep going down. Bitcoin domination is gone beyond 62%. Last time we seen this was April this year. Several factors have caused a sharp increase in Bitcoin. First, it's due to the fact that cryptocurrencies derivatives are expected to be issued soon. Secondly, it has been reported that China will lift its ban on cryptocurrencies sales together with yuan. And two cryptocurrency stock exchanges, OKEX and Huobi Pro, have announced that they could launch this kind of trading in the nearest future. Stock exchanges. Now, a speculative factor is to be taken in consideration too. Now, what I added is that the price is shooting up right now before the fork because of the fork, and people want to get SegWit2x airdropped. Bitcoin is growing as altcoins are going down and many players are shifting to the growing asset, which results in the continuous growth of Bitcoin. There are also those who were sure Bitcoin would drop and they must close out their short positions. Bitcoin has reached an historic high of 7,200. Given the current situation, it is hard to forecast the future resistant levels because we are resistant free right now. We have to go and touch the next one. Any chance we can see 7,500 tomorrow? Why not? The possibility of a correction depends on the appetite of those who traded at 3,000 to 4,000 that are still holding. And it is very likely that they will fix their profit before Bitcoin upcoming SegWit2x hard fork to be held on November 15 or 16 at 494,000 blocks something, I think. I made a video about that. The nearest support level for BTC is around 6,600 and 6,200. However, it's not recommended to open short positions. It's likely that after the SegWit2x fork, it will come back, crash, and touch 6,600 and 6,200. Ethereum price continues to go down, while the whole market and especially the speculators are giving all their attention to BTC USD. The trading range of Ethereum USD is at 275 to 280 support levels. This drop was expected because prices didn't even test the resistance level, which is still at 315. So we are right now between 280, 275 and 310, 305. We didn't even touch the resistance level, 315. If the 275 level is breached, upward movement to the next support level of downward movement. Why upward movement? To the level of 250 is a possible scenario to hope for. We get a really hard discount on Ethereum, guys. Buyers may feel more optimistic if the price goes back to 300 level. Well, I'm more optimistic if the price goes down, actually. As far as Litecoin USD is concerned, the scenario presented in our last week analysis has come true. It is now at $52 resistance level after the test of 57 and a subsequent drop to 52. Litecoin has breached the lower side of the descending triangle. You can see it right here if you draw some lines. This is kind of a, well, I would say, if I take this point right here, it's a flat downtrend almost, lower support line, and a higher downtrend resistant line. The following stop may be at $48, at which point the bulls are likely to attempt a recovery. Of greater importance is 42 and 44 support range. This level are good enough for purchase with short-term goals. So guys, I would purchase right now in case it won't go down. In case it will go down, I will purchase again to have an average entrance price between right now 52 and 44 or 42 it will touch in the future, or just wait and see what happens. And this is my advice. Even if I'm not an advisor, this is what I'm doing. Now, the second article, and I'm gonna put the links in the description below as usual, is about the SEC. And one guy called Joseph Wilner that was accused, to have money washing between Bitcoin and stock market, saying that the digital currency Bitcoin he's using Bitcoin to hide his profits. In case filed on October 13th, the accused has unlawfully taken over more than 100 brokerage accounts and used the victims' funds to artificially increase stock prices, then trade against them to gain high profits. In its press release, the SEC claimed that Wilner has utilized the service of an unnamed Bitcoin exchange to convert the funds from US dollars to Bitcoin to hide his profits. This is money laundering? No, in my opinion, not. This is intelligence, guys. I'm a libertarian. I believe in a free market. I believe that anybody should do what the hell he wants to do. If there are people stupid enough to lose money, it should be like that. If there are intelligent people to go against governments and institutions, they should do so too. The proceeds of the exchange were transferred to another individual who was not included in the case. To mask his payments, the release reads, to mask his payments, the other individual, as a part of profit-sharing arrangement, Wilner allegedly transferred proceeds of profitable trades to a digital currency company that converts US dollars to Bitcoin and then transmits the Bitcoin as a payment. Wilner's modus operandi, based on a SEC lawsuit, Wilner and his cohort have amassed at least $700,000 in profit from the alleged accounts takeover scam. $700,000 are right now about 100 Bitcoin, and that's not a little amount, guys. In the investigation conducted by the SEC Cyber Unit, the account takeover scheme poses an increasingly major threat to retail investors. According to SEC's Division of Enforcement co-director Stephanie Awakian, the crime is a major threat to retail investors, so that the newly formed Cyber Unit is focusing on it. Account takeovers are an increasingly significant threat to retail investors, and it's exactly the type of fraud our new Cyber Unit is focused on. So they are building up this cybersecurity and using this as a good pro to keep people under control. The SEC Cybersecurity Unit was introduced in September 2017 to focus on crimes involving digital currencies, as well as initial coin offerings and distributed ledger technology, amongst others. So guys, keep an eye open on that, because if you do something wrong, they got now a cyber unit that's coming and get you. I don't really like governments and institutions, guys. I wish they just could disappear. And I wanted to add to the two topics I wanted to treat in this video a email I got from Coinbase to get you aware of it. Dear Daniel, we wanted to remind you that the upcoming Bitcoin SegWit2X fork is projected to take place on November 16 and will result in 2 Bitcoin blockchains. In our effort to make Coinbase the most trusted, safe, and easy to use digital currency exchange, we are working to ensure we maximize your benefits from this event. So, following the fork, first I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna remind you that Coinbase said in a previous email that they were gonna name Bitcoin, or the major Bitcoin, well, they keep open the possibility that SegWit2X Bitcoin, it will become the only Bitcoin, the major Bitcoin, if all the hashing power takes it over. You know, they're gonna see which one of the two blockchains is gonna be the most used, and they're gonna rename it afterwards. So they're not gonna call one Bitcoin Legacy and one BTC1 or BTC or S2X coin. After that, they may be change to be done. Let's get into it. Any user storing Bitcoin on Coinbase at the time of the fork will be credited with an equal amount of the new Bitcoin 2x asset on the Bitcoin 2x blockchain. No action is required. We will automatically credit your account. If you have 5, this is the first Bitcoin fork Coinbase supports. So understand from it that it's a really big thing. If you have 5 Bitcoin stored on Coinbase before the fork, you will receive 5 Bitcoin and 5. Yeah, sure. You will have 5 Bitcoin and receive 5 Bitcoin 2x following the event. Coinbase users will be able to trade both Bitcoin and Bitcoin 2x shortly after the fork. Coinbase will disable buy, sells, sends, and receives for Bitcoin and Bitcoin 2x approximately 24 hours before the fork. We will re-enable the following fork once it's safe to do so. Now, for detailed timelines of events surrounding blah blah blah, go to our blog post. And in the blog post, they are also gonna talk about the thing of the naming. Guys, subscribe and like. Thank you for watching, and check you out tomorrow.